edition of International Film Festival of India. Today we have with us our moderator, who is a well-known film critic, journalist and author. Please put your hands together for Mr. Mayank Shekhar. We wish to end this sessions of conversation with a bang. Therefore, today we have with us an Indian film director and producer who has given us blockbuster films like Singham, Golmaal, Bol Bachchan, Chennai Express. He is one such director who has a special connection with Goa, the very building we are in which we are having this session. Every film has a scene that is shot in Goa. He is the first Bollywood director to achieve 8 consecutive 100 crore films. Please welcome the king of action entertainment, Mr. Rohit Shetty. Now I would request Festival Director ADG, Mr. Chaitanya Prasad, to please come up on the stage and present mementos to our esteemed guests. Now I would hand over the mic to a moderator. Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Are you back? Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the last masterclass session at EP50. The gentleman next to me is used to a more thunderous applause and talis and CDs. Give it up again for Rohit Shetty.
First of all, I'm extremely sorry that you all are to wait. I'm under the weather, like I'm not well at present, and there was too much chaos, flight here, this, that. But I'm really sorry that you all are to wait for me. I'm really sorry.
Well, I'm sure you'll be well.
And this is not my original voice, and I'm not trying to create a bass also.
You're not doing a Amitabh Bachchan voice, no. But welcome to EP. Rohit, is this your first time at the International Film Festival?
Not really. This is the second time.
Okay.
I've been here before, and I was given the state honor
Oh, nice.
when I came because last time. Because I think I shot around 11 or 12 films here.
Right.
Most of the time I'm here. Then any bomb. So I have to tell my driver, यहाँ से नहीं, यहाँ से लो, ये easy पड़ेगा.
But what's this fascinating connection with Goa, Rohit? Given that we're having this conversation in Goa, that your films have always been set here.
I really don't know. It all started around 14 years ago when I made my first Golmaal. And I find a lot of this whole place is quite positive, I feel, for me. And the people around and the infrastructure, you know, and it's very beautiful. Goa, like I've shot from north end to the south end of Goa. And there's so much of, the landscape is so beautiful, there's so much of variety out here. And more than anything else, the people are really chilled out here. And that's what I like. Yeah, that's what I like.
Right.
They're not hassled at all. क्या कर रहे हो तुम लोग? क्यों कर रहे हो? They don't want to be one of you. They're like, they're in their own world, happy. And that's what I like, because I'm somewhat that kind of a person.
But Golmaal would be your first film, as you said, that you shot in Goa.
Yeah.
Golmaal was also your breakout film in a real sense.
Yeah.
Made you the superstar director as we know you since. How did that particular film happen to you, Rohit?
It was not planned. Like sometimes, like how it is said, like you should just go with the flow and trust what is there for you. The same thing happened with me. I was making a thriller with Ajay, and out of the blue, Neeraj Vora, the writer of the film, God bless his soul, is no more. He came to me and he told me that there is a play I had done a long time ago, and I I want to narrate you that play. Would you be interested to make a film of that play? And I was like, Neeraj Vora was like, he's given Hera Fairy and all those films. And I was like, why not? And I heard the script, I heard the play basically. And I was like, I want to make this film. That same evening, I went to Ajay and I said, I don't want to make that thriller, what we are doing. I want to make this film. And he was like, yeah, I'm an action hero. You are an action director. And you want us both to come and make an action film, a comedy film. Well, let's see. My conviction is that this film will work. And that's how it started. And to be very honest, it was just a matter of survival that time. It's a good script, it's a comedy film, and I think it will work for me. शायद एक आध फिल्म और मिल जाएगी उसके बाद. I never thought that it would become an iconic film, a household brand.
Right.
I never thought that.
Right. But the movie itself, Rohit, is named after another film which was directed by, Hrishikesh Mukherjee. The mold, the masala mold, which is something that you've
Okay, I'm not nervous. It's just that I'm not aware.
The mold that it's in is what you would call a masala entertainer. Along the lines of, say, a Manmohan Shetty movie, Manmohan Desai film back in the day, like a highlight after highlight, punchlines after punchlines, and a bunch of actors doing lots of cool things together. Were you, I'm sure you were a film buff growing up, what were your strong influences as somebody who was watching films growing up? Right?
The name you said,
Manmohan
Desai, Vijay Anand. I've grown up with on larger-than-life films, where you go in the theater, you're sitting, and when the curtain goes up, your heart starts pumping. That Amitabh Bachchan will be coming, or that will be coming. So I'm that kid, and I'm still that kid. And that's what I try to bring it on satellite also now, what I'm doing. And I believe in that cinema. I believe, and I believe in the economics, because today, because we have multiplex and the kind of, the rates are so high, and I believe in this kind of cinema is because a middle class person who's coming to see a film with his family is giving me 10% of his salary, 3,000 to 4,000 rupees.
Right.
And I want them to enjoy and experience that. So I take it as a duty that if they are giving me their hard-earned money, I have to give them larger than life entertainment.
Right.
And I believe in that strongly.
So are there any particular films while growing up that you saw as having left a deep impression on your mind?
There are so many films. There are so many such films. All the commercial films, for me. Whether it is Sholay, whether it's Rama Raghuram. There are many films that audience won't be knowing.
But we'd like to know those.
Like so many, like Victoria Number 203, Majboor, Dawn, and many such films. Rishi Das films, for that matter. They had a big, today, if Rishi Das films were made, they would have been called multiplex cinema, multiplex films. It's just that the term has changed. So I love all kind of films. It's not just one particular genre or one film which has jewelry for that matter, black and white films for that matter.
Right.
But it's not just one film. It is the whole world which I like of cinema.
Right.
It's not just one film.
Largely 70s? Because
50s, 60s, 70s, yeah.
Right.
You name it and I know what film.
I can actually quiz you and you'll know the answer?
I think so. I can't proclaim that, but if I don't know the answer, I'll say I'm not well, so that's why I can escape from that route.
But besides the fact that you grew up watching a lot of films, as a lot of filmmakers do, and being drawn to a certain kind of cinema, the blockbuster entertainment cinema, you were also someone who grew up in a film set. You were around films at a more real level. If I'm not mistaken, Rohit, your first film shoot that you went to was Shalimar. Which is
my first outdoor.
Your first outdoor was Shalimar.
Yeah.
Tell us something about the experience of being in various film sets that you went. What did you see? What really struck you about that world? I'm sure you were drawn to it in a huge way.
It's quite strange and amazing where I come from my journey. Like many people ask me when you decided to become a director or an action director, and I tell them I don't know. Because I always thought that this is what I'll be doing. This is a part of me. Like going to school and then I'll be making films like my dad. I'll be an action director like my dad. So it was in the culture of my family, I would say. It was never that I will grow up and I will then decide okay, what I have to do in my life.
There was no doubt in your head.
No doubt. It was no doubt, and it was not that okay, I have to do this. I was like, I will be doing this. It goes this way for me. And so that's why I think it was never such one day like I decided to be an action director or a director for that matter. It was always what my dad is doing, I'll be doing the same thing. And it was, I think, I started when I was 16.
Right.
After schools.
Right.
I never been to college. It's been, this December I'll complete 30 years.
Right.
I'm not that old, but still I'll complete 30
You
years.
started 16, you're not saying
When are you getting married? How about
So-
marrying? Not getting married?
I am a 13-year-old son.
Oh.
Well, then what is the Indian obsession of getting people married? They make great movies.
You have a
You're already
website.
married. But is it common, Rohit, for somebody to start working in films at the age of 16 and making their debut at 30? Was it a very long, hard
No,
journey?
my first film was at 20, when I started directing, my first film was around 25, 26. Zameen was like,
Right.
Golmaal is not my first film. I made my first film in 2001.
Right.
So, I was 26, 27 when I made my
So
first film.
over 10 years you were working as an assistant across the cinema,
Yeah.
across movies.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, Phoolo Kate would be
Fuller
the first
Kade,
film.
Suhag, all Ajay Devgan films, you name it, and I was there somewhere or the
So
other.
Suhag was Akshay Kumar, though, right?
Ajay and Akshay.
And
both, yeah.
Ajay Akshay. So I think the one thing that every movie buff will remember from Phoolo Kate is that split sequence.
Yeah.
Were you responsible for it in some way? Were you there?
I was a trainee at that time.
Okay.
I won't say that I was responsible. I was learning the
Yeah.
process. I was assistant to Veeru Devgan, and that was my learning experience. I was a trainee, and that was my schooling, I would say.
Right.
And then I started doing the same thing in my films. It's become like an iconic thing. Like
Right,
whenever
right.
Ajay comes in Golmaal, now it's becoming tougher. Like kis pe layenge?
But having worked with so many directors and various technicians, also people around films, are there people who you, I mean, I'm sure your association with Ajay Devgan is very well known, but were there people that you learned a lot from in terms of filmmakers, in terms of directors, perhaps even producers?
Yeah, you keep on
When you
observing and you
listen-
still learn. You still
Right.
learn.
Right.
And that process should not get over, I would say, for anyone in any field. You should always be a student. You should keep observing people, their goodness and their attitude towards work and why they are here. Or whether it is Amitabh Bachchan or whether it is Ranveer Singh for that matter. I've always observed and there is something which makes someone special. You know, in their own field. It's not like one person is, why is he like that? Is he lucky? No, it's not luck, but it's also, he's not giving 100%, he's giving more than that.
Right.
And that's why he is or she is wherever he or she is. So for that, if you ask me in this long journey, there have been so many people. Mr. Veeru Devgan, I call him my guru. To Ajay, to Amit Ji, we did a film. I was an assistant in Hindustani Kasam.
Right.
So I used to, and I knew him since childhood. Like my dad used to have directed a lot of action for Amit Ji. So their sincerity, the most important thing, attitude towards work, is the most important thing. That if you have committed something, or you, and I believe in one thing that if you like, it's just off track thing. Like if you're being paid 100 rupees, you should see to it that you're giving a service of 1,000 rupees. And that works always. You know, it should not be, "Hey, why should I do this or why not?" It should be like, if not this, then what? Like today, if I was coming here, I could have cancelled it. Like I feel like I'm privileged. There's so many people here, you know, sitting and waiting, and you are there. I've been called, so I feel privileged. So every day should be like, you should thank God, and everything you should say, if this was not there, then what? You should not take anything for granted. And for me, it's like, people say like, I wanted to use like a blockbuster director, this, that, success. But it's a rent which you have to pay every day. And that is through hard work.
Right, you were speaking about money being paid 100, making sure that service.
You're coming to my commercial aspect.
No, I'm not. No, not. I'm actually coming to your personal life. Right. You lost your father at the age of 9. You know, he was a very well-known action director, but also a well-known actor among a lot of people at the time. You know, you have siblings, a family. Was it hard on you economically?
It was very hard. It was not easy. But when you're going through that hardship, it's very difficult. And and when you're successful, that becomes your story. That becomes the dramatic point of your story.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, we have gone through a lot. There was a time there was no money for my mom to pay my school fees. We had to shift we were staying in the suburb of Mumbai, and then we had to shift some far away because of the rents, and our house was taken away, cars were taken away. So yeah, we have gone through that hardship, but never was a day that I blamed anyone. Never was a day that I looked up and said, God, why me? Never. It never happened. That's not me. So I don't know why. I don't have any scientific reason or for that, or spiritual reason for that, but that's me. And it was a tough journey, but I was always happy and positive, and I think because of that, I'm here today. Because I feel blaming doesn't help. Moving forward does help. Blaming will never help. You can just blame your destiny, you can blame God, you can blame anyone. But at the end of the day, it doesn't work. You have to push yourself and move forward.
But at 16, was it hard on you to burden certain responsibilities as well at a very young age?
No, I had taken a call that what I have to do in life. Like if I go to college also, where will I get money to buy clothes? That was the biggest agenda. So I started, and I wanted to do this. And then one day I started and I decided that I have to be here and I have to do this. Then why to wait? Let's start now. And I went to Viruji and I said that I want to start working. And he said, "Okay, chal, aaja." And that's how it all started.
And then you made your first film eventually after working as an assistant for Mr. Decade. And that film did not really kill it at the box office, as it were. Did that really hugely disappoint you? Did that make you a little underconfident, perhaps, of where you headed?
No.
What was that like for you?
Obviously, if a film doesn't do well, you feel depressed. You feel, and though because we have worked hard with honesty, and but it went wrong somewhere. Today, people say, "Arey, bahut achhi film." So I was like, "Tabhi kahan se tum log?" So it happens in life. What from your mistakes or from your downfalls you need to learn. You need to analyze what went wrong, and not only from your failure, from your success also,
Right.
for that matter. That
In terms of what went right?
not what went right or what you could have done better. Don't take it seriously. You might be lucky this time. So for me, it was like when it didn't do that well, we analyzed.
What was the analysis? What did you come up with?
There were a lot of things that I should have worked more. Actually, what happened for those days, we didn't have that kind of a budget also. And I'd taken a subject which was larger than life on hijacking. We didn't have CGI at that time, that good. Special effects were not there. And but all said and done, somewhere down the line, I'm the director. And it was my first film, and at the end of the day, I realized that the scripting part is the most important thing, and we should have given more time instead of just getting into a high that you're getting Ajay Devgn and Abhishek Bachchan and starting a film, an action film.
Right.
So that's what I learned, and I think after that, it's been a long time that I've been working on scripts. And the first thing, the most important thing for me becomes the script, and the second most important thing for me becomes the audience. Like when they come to see my film, now that I never thought that I'd become a brand or something like this. Now, when our audience is coming to see my film, I know that these are the things they'll be accepting from my film, expecting from my film, and these are the audience will be coming for my film. So I have to cater them. So there's a lot of hard work which goes in, and that is what one thing I realized from my failure, my first film, and I'm really thankful to God that it happened really early.
Right.
That script is the most important thing, and the journey of a commercial film. Because I was like, I'll always make commercial films. It's not that one commercial film has not done well, so I should just change my route and do something else to prove a point. And then Golmaal came, as I said, and that was, and after that, after Zameen also, I was making an action film again, a thriller, and accidentally Golmaal came, and again that was a risk. I never thought I'll make a comedy film, and never.
Were you not attracted to the genre? Because it seems it comes very naturally to you as a filmmaker.
I never knew that I had that in me.
Okay.
You need to find yourself also.
Right.
So that's what happened with me. And I used to love comedy. It's not like I used to not love comedies, but I never thought that my second film will again be a comedy. And it worked, and then we realized that this is what the audience want from us, and so let's cater that.
Because you really took that route in a big way, like even Sunday or All the Best.
Yeah.
These are all comedy films, and of course, a bunch of Golmaals thereafter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so it's just that because it worked for me, and I thought, okay, and we started, and when I was doing Golmaal 3, that time I told Ajay, I share a very personal vision with him, like a brother. And then are we cheating the audience? Like we're just giving comedies. I wanted an action film with you. He said, "Okay, whenever you have a script, let's do it. Let's try." And it should not be like, are we becoming an escapist? You know, we made Golmaal, then we made Golmaal Return, then we made All the Best, and we're making Golmaal 3. So is that an easy way out, or should we try an action film? I want to try an action film. So I started feeling, am I taking the easy way out for my audience? And that's how Singham happened. Was again a risk.
So how did Singham happen?
Accident.
Accident. Okay. That was a nice accident.
Yeah. It was a big risk also. We did Golmaal 3. Golmaal 3 became a very big hit.
Right.
I was doing Bol Bachan after 5 months and after 6 months, and then I was doing Chennai Express. These two films were long, like Bol Bachan and Chennai Express. And there was a break for 6 months in between. And we were doing the final drafting of Bol Bachan, and Reliance came to me, Reliance Entertainment, and they said, "Do you want to do a film with you?" And I was like, "I'm doing Bol Bachan, I'm doing Chennai Express, I don't have
booked,
time.
boss, yeah.
For 3 years I can't do a film." So they said, "Okay, like a general talk and this, that." As a gesture, they said, gave us, they had just started. So they told me, "This is one film we have co-produced in Tamil, and just see it, like, whenever you get time." Okay. The next day I was going for my scripting session for Bol Bachan, and my writer's daughter, she was not well, so I was at home. Suddenly the meeting got cancelled, and I was like, what to do? And I said, "Chale, film dekh le." I saw the film, and I was like, the 4 scenes are the best scenes of the film. The rest you have to change everything, but this is that action film I should make with Ajay and take that risk.
Right.
Same evening we were promoting Golmaal 3 because it became a big hit.
Right.
Usually what happens with the film is that we come out and we shout loud. When it doesn't do well, we all run away. So we were all out.
A lot of them success parties even when it's not done well. So, you know.
So I went to Ajay. We were doing the hit promotion of the successful promotion of Golmaal 3, and I said, "I want to make this film with you." And I just narrated in the 4 scenes. These 4 scenes, the rest will change the film. So he said, "But when you will do, now we have 6 months, and we'll finish in that 4 months. We'll finish the film." Are you crazy? Don't worry. But I want to test whether we can, whether we are cheating the audience or whether we should do an action film or not together, for that matter. He said, "Okay." In 4.5 months, we changed everything. In 2.5 months, we changed everything. We started the film here in Goa on 4th of March. I still remember the date. And 22nd July, we released the film.
Crazy.
In exactly 4 months, 10 days, we released the film. We worked like 20 hours. Me and my whole team worked for 20 hours a day for 4 months. And everybody in the industry was like, 4 months mein film thodi banti hai. Now they say, now the other directors, they come to me, what the hell you did? Now everybody's saying, Rohit Shetty 6 months mein film bana tha, tum log ko itna time kyun lagaya?
But then when you become an extremely commercially successful filmmaker, of course your life becomes easier in the sense that people come to you, like say Shah Rukh Khan came to you saying, "Hey man, I want to make a movie with you."
Yeah.
So it works the other way around, where it doesn't matter what you want to make, but Shah Rukh is there, he'll give you dates, and you have to figure out what to make.
But it's not easy. It's like if you don't take it very seriously, if you don't take it for granted, you get sleepless nights. Like I'm doing Suryavanshi, but it's more stressful than my first film.
I can see.
Yeah. Last night I was shooting. Today I'm here. Night I go back and I shoot again from tomorrow.
Crazy.
So and I take it as a responsibility. Not that I'm not stressful that film chalegi nahi chalegi. I take it as a responsibility because audience have taken us here. You know, there are so many directors. There are so many filmmakers, much more talented, much more better than me. But today here I stand with 12 blockbusters. So I consider myself lucky, and it is all because of the audience. So, and I know that they will be coming with an expectation. Okay, they have done Singham, they have done Simba, now they are bringing Suryavanshi.
Right.
So that is the stress that I have to deliver what they are accepting from me, expecting from me. You know, that is the most important thing for me. So that is the stress, and that's always been for me, and that will always be for me. So it's easy that you get an access to actor. Everybody wants to work with you. But the other part of it is that it becomes more difficult. Like Suryavanshi is more difficult for me than Zameen, or for that matter than Simba, or for that matter.
Is getting harder and harder, you saying?
It's if you don't take it for granted.
Right.
And it should be.
Right.
For anyone, it should be. You should have sleepless nights because there is so much at stake, and you can't take things for granted. कि चलता है यार, audience को तो ये चलता है, हमने बनाया चलता है. That's never been my attitude after Golmaal Return. Believe me, it's never been that attitude. It's been, and I think that's the reason that.
Why particularly Golmaal Return? I know once you told me about how that was a film when you saw when it was made that you weren't so happy with, but it did really well.
Yeah, if we made Golmaal, it just changed the whole genre of comedy for that matter. And we were at a high, we were young, and then we made Golmaal Return. We made that film in 68 days.
Okay.
It was not supposed to be Golmaal Return actually, it was some other script, and I said, chalo bana lete hain. We made it work. But when I saw the film and when it became such successful film, it was a very successful film that
Yes,
year.
of course.
And I said, okay, it's a very mediocre film. And I was like, hey, we are lucky that we got saved. And next time we should not do this, we should really work hard. And I think we should have worked more hard on the script part and as well as the shooting part. And there are few scenes that we have just taken the audience for granted. And we are lucky that they have loved it, or whatever the film is successful. And that's what changed for me, I think. And that attitude changed, and I think that's what that attitude really worked for me after that.
But the thing about you as a filmmaker, and you mentioned this before, about how when you start a film, you already know the release date of that movie. You've given it a release date, and then you start the movie. Given that so much happens between scripting and the actual film, so many variables at work, are you being hard on yourself because you have to release on that day?
After the scripting part, we do this.
Yes.
Not before the scripting part, always.
So schedules may go wrong, or things may go wrong. Are there times when what you imagined at the time of shoot is not what really came out?
With me, it never happened.
Never?
I think when the credit goes to my team, it's not that I'm a superhero, but I have a great team working with me. I think the credit goes to them. Whatever my vision is, and there are times that even I know that I'm just pushing them. They've been working for 20 hours. They have not taken a holiday for months, but they're happy working for me. So I think the credit goes to my team, and I take this risk is because of my team, not that I am.
So is it a similar team that you work with?
Yeah, there are people who have been working with me for ages. Like they've seen me as a kid and they're still working with me.
Can you take some of their names? And
there are many. My production team, my action team. There are a few fighters and all. They've been working with my dad, and they're still working with me.
Wow, even now?
Yes.
They're in the fighting crew?
Yeah, I keep them with me. Like they're old now, but still they're with me.
Like, but would they not be old to actually do?
See, my dad was famous for this, and I follow that. My normal crew, my production team always makes fun of me. My normal crew, the Chota crew is for 250 people.
Okay.
It's a mini crew, which is 220 people, 230 people. And for me, it is, my dad used to do this, I also do that. Many people tell me, you call that dancers, they are just sitting, or the fighters, they are just sitting. Or you call junior artists for 2 days, 3 days, or workers who are not doing well. So for me, it is like, आधे काम करेंगे, आधे दुआ देंगे. So, who knows किसके dressing days हम लोग का चल रहा है. And it's not made a difference giving the unit a good food or calling some extra people who are not at work and paying them. The film never goes over budget, or film never flops because of that. It's never happened with me, so yeah, it works for me.
Wow. Well, I see how it's an extremely tough industry to survive in, which does not have any such social security for people who've been part of the industry for years. And well, you will need someone like you to sort of take care of them.
It's not only me, I should not only take the credit. There are many other actors, there are many other people who do a lot for the industry. Yeah. There are many people who keep on doing stuff for our seniors. I would not call them old people.
Right.
But it's not only me alone. There are many others who are also doing. We don't come out and say, but there are many of them.
Right. So we're going to talk about 2 actor collaborations, which is different from Ajay Devgan. The one is Shah Rukh Khan. Tell us the story behind Chennai Express. I heard that you were making the remake of Angur.
Yeah.
That was the film that you were going to do with Shah
It
Rukh.
just happened after Golmaal 3, during Golmaal 3. Shah Rukh called me and said, we had a normal interaction that he loves my films and all that, and let's do a film together. And I said, yeah, I have a script. I have a rights of old classic, Angur. And he was very happy. It was his mother's favorite film, it seems. So he said, okay, let's do it. And then we started writing the film. So obviously, if you see Angur, it's a very simple film.
Right.
And here comes me I made everything larger than life. And then when we did the final drafting, me and my writer, we sat and we said that the essence of the simplicity is gone because we made it larger than life. And then Chennai Express was written in 2008 actually.
Okay.
And the script was with us.
So did you write that keeping someone in mind?
Yeah, he was a young guy,
Right.
like young hero would have done the film.
Okay.
Then we tweaked it later on. Made the guy a 40-year-old, who are not look right for the audience. So I said, I don't want to do this film. I'll go and meet Shah Rukh and I'll tell him. And I was all prepared. Shah Rukh was okay, thank you so much. देखो मैंने सामने से बुलाया तो बोल दे. So he's like, I went and I told him that we have written the final draft, but it's not working for me. The simplicity and the beauty of the film has gone because it's become too commercial.
Right.
So he said one thing, and I told him that I have one more script, Chennai Express. If you want to hear that, otherwise we all started with Angur and we are not doing that anymore. So he's like, Rohit, I want to do a film with you.
That's it. It doesn't matter what script.
Yeah. He said, I want to do a film with you. I want to do a Rohit Shetty film, whatever it is. And secondly, we narrated him Chennai Express. We tweaked it, and Chennai Express happened.
You make it sound very easy, huh, Rohit?
It's not that easy, but I don't want to make it dramatic also that the youngsters get scared, It's actually easy, it's just hard work, nothing else. If somebody is working for 12 hours, just go and work for 18 hours and you're done. It's nothing, it's either you're trained or untrained, nothing else. There's no that if somebody's jumping from a chopper or from a plane, he's trained for that, he's not a superhuman.
Right.
It's like we make it too dramatic and we make it like, we scare the youngsters. It's nothing like chill out, just work hard and everything will fall in place.
But with the idea of Chennai Express, was there a thought, given that you have someone like Shah Rukh Khan with a massive North Indian audience, also an audience, some of which may not even intersect with yours. Shah Rukh has his own following over, say, 30 years now. You have your own following over the same number of years. You're making a comedy, as it were, which will obviously have action as well. But would you, because it's called Chennai Express, was it thought that maybe you could also hit down south with a film like that?
Not really. Yeah, you're talking about the success of the film?
Successful film.
Yeah, we knew that will happen, and that was one reason when there was a lot of debate in my office with everyone, and there were a lot of dialogues which were in Tamil in the film, if you see. And everybody said, put subtitles, many people will not understand. And I was like, when the film is released in Chennai, they should feel that it's their film.
Right.
By putting subtitles, I'll be taking that from them, they write from them. I don't want to put subtitles. And it worked for us.
Right.
That was right. It's one of the biggest hits of Hindi films, of a Bollywood film in Chennai.
Right. Because it's been so hard for Bollywood films to penetrate down south.
Yeah.
It's always been tough, which is why remakes happen.
Yeah.
It's easier because that audience has not seen the other film. Right. But personally for you, Rohit, when you go from Ajay Devgan, who you've been so comfortable with, to a Shah Rukh, are the equations in different? Do you have...
Their working pattern is the same.
Okay.
Very hard working. Like I've never seen a day with Shah Rukh or for Ranveer or for Ajay that they come on set and they say that we are tired today. They come happily. They work with sincerity. You will see them sitting in one corner rehearsing their lines, and sometimes you see and you think, hey, Shah Rukh Khan hai. But the sincere, and as I said, that is one thing about Mr. Amitabh Bachchan or Shah Rukh or Ranveer or Ajay, that where they are today. It's the sincerity towards work, not taking things for granted that I'm a star or I'm a hero or I've arrived now. It's never been like this with them. With Ajay, though, I've done so many films, but till today, if it's a long scene or it's a dramatic scene or emotional scene, you'll suddenly see him with one of my ADs sitting in one corner and rehearsing, nervous. Same goes with Shah Rukh. He'll do around 27 to 30 rehearsals. He'll start sweating.
Right.
Still he'll do it. Like when he shot the whole climax with him, he was supposed to get operated. His left shoulder had some issues. And he delayed the operation because the set was standing. And we did the whole climax action, if you have seen the film, like the Tangabali action, is that guy was supposed to get operated. He just told him, left shoulder to Samal lena. He did, in that pain, he did that action. Being a star. And that's what makes him different.
Then you Singham, then you did Singham 2, and then you did Simba, and then you're doing Suryavanshi. this whole, I can understand where franchise came from, the Golmaal franchise. One thing led to the other, and it's become this thing that you can continue to make the rest of your life.
It's like my fixed deposit.
Here's your fixed deposit, your pension scheme, as it were. Was this cop universe something that you had decided on? How did you stumble upon this idea?
It started after Singham Returns. Like, we had got this film and Simba. And Ranveer was supposed to do it before Golmaal again. It was all set.
Right.
Yeah. And that is the time I thought, okay, let's merge two universe and see whether it works for our audience or not. It was a big risk.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, frankly speaking, if Simba would have gone wrong, Singham also would have gone wrong because he comes in the end.
Right.
So I was taking a big risk. The other risk was like, not for a usual audience who comes and sees film, like film buffs, but for people who don't see that many films, will it they be like confused? Like, अरे ये क्या हो गया film? अरे
ये कौन आ गया?
हम तो कोई दूसरे थिएटर में तो नहीं आ गए. Singham कैसे शुरू हुआ? So I was worried about that. And the biggest risk was if Simba fails, Singham fails. But I said, okay, let's take this risk, and it worked. And we didn't call it universe. People, audience started calling it universe, media started calling it, and now we got into that zone. It is a universe.
That's another better scheme, by the way.
Yeah,
You can continue creating cop characters and bringing one into the other. But ladies and gentlemen, you're as good as the last film, everyone. Please give a big hand to Rohit Shetty and Simba. It's phenomenal film. Love that everyone. What was it being with Ranveer? I think this might be the first film where he is generally channeling that energy that he has in his public life into a film.
Like, two mad people get together. So that's why he's he always says that I am your hero actually. ये सब मैं जो कर रहा हूँ वो ठीक है, but I was born to do your film. When he met me, he said, and that is 3 years ago, and I said, and we did an art together. So I said, okay, whenever I get the right script, we will definitely work because he is like, he's an energetic child. Like he has so much energy in him. It's just you need to channelize it in the right way, and that's what happened with Simba. He enjoyed the film more than anything else, you know, and the sincerity he had doing this film, knowing that he'll be part of a universe now.
Right.
Like when he started, we didn't tell anyone, but it was always in the plan.
Okay.
That this is how it's going to go.
So he was aware of Singham returning in the film.
Yeah, we started with that.
Right.
Now we'll create a universe, and when you were making Simba, you were like.
You already planning Suryavanshi?
Yeah, we shot. That's why in Simba, if you see.
In the last shot, yes.
And it was like we shot in a studio in Mehboob studio in Bandra, and we had cordoned off the studio. And Akshay came in a different car, went inside the studio, shot, and so that nobody comes to know. So and the energy, like as I said, like he's a mad guy and very sincere at work. He used to tell me, "I'm a hero." He made a T-shirt. Which it's written Rohit Shetty ka hero, and he wears it. I swear, he has a T-shirt, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And we were supposed to come out from there. We were traveling.
Right.
We were coming from Goa. Our last day, we were coming from Goa, and he was wearing that T-shirt. And I'm saying, I'm not coming out with you in this T-shirt. I waited inside, and then the security guy said, "Yeah, Ranveer, बैठ गया." Then I came out of that because there are, like, you know, media guys outside standing, they click pictures and all. I was like, "Hey, what is this?" He's a different.
He's a complete fanboy, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He is a different energy. He's a superstar. He's a superstar. The sincerity he has for work. He's a rock star. He's a superstar.
Yeah. Were you apprehensive though, like you worked with Ajay Devgan for the longest, where people, audiences identify you and your hero, whereas Ranveer has had a very different trajectory, where he's playing different kinds of characters. So he's not an image that you were portraying. Did that ever worry you as a commercial filmmaker?
In fact, I was happy.
Okay.
I told him this is the first time people will see a Ranveer Singh.
Right.
Either you have played a Khilji, you have played a Bajirao, you know. This will be like Ranveer Singh, and मैंने मस्ती में उसको बोला है Ranveer Singh in proper clothes, just trouser and shirt. So as it is, it becomes new, like something new happening with Ranveer Singh. So I told him this will be your first film where you will be seen as Ranveer Singh. You are not coming with a kavach of some other the character. You know, you're not playing a Khilji, you're not playing a Bajirao. You will be playing Ranveer Singh. And now onwards, like, Simba will become what you portray. And that's what happened.
Right. Usually, and you've said this so often, that you make all your films keeping the audience audience in mind. And I don't want to come between your audience and you. So I think it's a good time we open up as many questions as we can take today. Yes. Can you pass on the mic, please?
Mic, yeah.
And can you also identify yourself?
Very good afternoon, sir. Sir, here. So since you choreograph all your action scenes in your films, so apart from safety factor, what are the criteria you look to whether to go shoot in green mat or live action?
Whatever it's easier for the character who's playing or for my action team. I think if today we have that facility of CGI, green mat, what you're talking about. So if that can happen in CGI, we should do in CGI, and that's what happens everywhere now. It makes no sense taking risk, if it can be done in an easy way out. So where you can't do it, you can't have CGI and you have to do it in reality or in real, we go real, otherwise we try to do it in CGI.
रोहित, आज मेरे पास कोई सवाल नहीं था, मैं सिर्फ आपको सुनने आया था यहाँ पर। लेकिन आपने एक बात कही कि मेरी टीम में कुछ लोग काम करेंगे और कुछ लोग दुआ देंगे। इससे समझ में आया कि आप बहुत सारे लोग आप मतलब उनको काम में रख लेते हैं जो लोग काम नहीं कर पा रहे हैं उस समय तब भी। मैं पिछले कई सालों में ऐसे लोगों से मिला जो एक्टर्स हैं और जो काम उनको नहीं मिल रहा है, अब वो काम मांगते हैं। और पिछले 2 हफ्ते पहले मैं पूजा डडवाल से मिला जो सलमान की हीरोइन थी, वो भी बहुत काम मांग रही थी और बहुत बुरी सी हालत में हो रही थी। ऐसे लोगों के लिए कुछ सोचते हैं एक्टर्स के लिए, क्या रोहित की स्क्रिप्ट में ऐसे एक्टर्स के लिए काम होगा कभी?
कभी ऐसा हुआ मौका मिला या ऐसा लगा, होता भी है कई बार, हम बताते नहीं कि यार इसको बुला लेते हैं ऐसा। अगर कभी ऐसा होगा या होता भी रहता है, हमारे मेरी टीम है जो कास्टिंग करती है, तो हम लोग कोशिश करते हैं कि ऐसे लोगों को भी काम दें। बट आई डोंट वांट टू साउंड लाइक अ सेंट कि हाँ मैं यही करता हूँ, सोशल वर्क की तरह मैं नहीं झूठ बोलूँगा, बट कोशिश करते हैं हम ये करने की।
Hello sir, good afternoon. Sir, how was this lungi dance song come up? And do you know how to wear a lungi? It's a casual thing.
If you don't make me wear now, I'll say yes. Lungi dance came, actually Honey Singh got the song. It was not invented by us. Honey got that idea. He came to Shahrukh in fact, and Shahrukh called me, this is one song, let's do this song. And I said, I heard the song, it was nice. I said, but just take the permission from Rajni sir first, because he had a big fan base, and let him tweet first that he's okay with this song happening.
Right.
And the Thalaiva word, there was no Thalaiva word, that Rajni sir gave us. Put Thalaiva in the song, and that's how it happened.
Shetty sir, namaskar. I am associated with Master Shetty and Mr. Ram Shetty.
Okay.
Will you, in near future, going to direct any Kannada picture with Deepika?
I don't mind, मेरा खर्चा बहुत है, problem है. See, my production team is sitting here. They'll tell you, their heartbeat is pumping. Like if you say that I'll direct a Kannada film, तो पैसे कहाँ से लाएंगे? But I'll produce it if someday I get a good script.
Hello, sir. I'm a producer now, a full-time producer.
Yeah.
That's your next line of career in terms of producing films directed by others. Is that something
Yeah, we are
looking forward to? Quite a few.
Farah is doing one film for us.
Oh, nice.
हेलो सर।
Hello.
एक चीज तो हम मतलब देख लिया कि गोवा का जो लव है, आप गोवा के प्रति आपका लव है, और दूसरी एक चीज है कि कार्स, lots of cars are jumping around in your so what is the reason about it?
अभी मैं आया तो बाहर भी जंप कर रही थी, भागो। रीजन नहीं है, एक टाइम हो जाता है, एक चीज होती है जो लोगों को पसंद आने लगती है, खास करके बच्चों को। और ना वो मेरे साथ हो गया यार, बाकी लोग भी करते हैं, उनके बेचारों के लिए खराब हो गया, वो बेचारे कितना भी अच्छा कर ले, नाम मेरा आ जाता है, if they're trying to be Rohit Shetty. So there are plus and minus of it. पिछली 2 फिल्मों में मैंने इसलिए कॉन्शियस होकर कुछ ऐसा नहीं किया था, whether it was गोलमाल अगेन और सिम्बा। सूर्यवंशी में पूरी भड़ास निकाल दी थी, start to end when you see. And I know that people will say, but it works, especially for the kids. जब उनसे बच्चों से या उनके parents से interact करो, they love all this kind of stuff, So we do it for them, yeah.
Thank you.
और प्लस मेरे को भी शौक है, मैं बच्चों पे भी लगे।
Hello sir, my name is Tapushpana. I'm a media student. I would like to ask you that if I want to work with you, how will get how will I get
George,
the opportunity?
this is the guy. George Himani, the girl sitting there. You have to be in touch with them, not with me. Raise your hand, George. Raise your hand, Himani. Yeah.
आपने जॉर्ज का हालत खराब कर दिया जॉर्ज all day sitting
So you want to be a director? What do you want to be first? Important
Sir,
thing is that-
director.
You want to become a director?
Yeah.
You're from Bombay or from Goa?
No, I study in Pune SNDT. I'm from Rajasthan, Jaipur.
And you're in Goa.
Yeah.
तो उनको छोड़ो, आपको किधर ढूंढने का? पुणे, राजस्थान, गोवा.
Sir, Pune.
पुणे में. Okay.
I'm studying in Pune.
You can get in touch with Himani and George. If I say कि हाँ मैं कर लूँगा, that will be a lie, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to disappoint you. These are the right people.
But Bombay, where you stay, sir?
तो सब आ जाओ.
सर फोन नंबर भी दीजिए
But you can get in touch with them. I'm genuinely saying. With me, it won't be right. I'll forget. And I don't want to disappoint you. I don't want to cheat you on this. You can get in touch with them.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
माइक at the back please
ये जो भी खड़े हुए हैं ना ज्योति,
हाँ
ये मेरे डैड के टाइम से जर्नलिस्ट है. और ये भी मेरे अभी क्या पूछने का मेरे बारे में सब मालूम. स्कूल से लेके अभी तक.
पब्लिक
की जरूरत है या नहीं?
नहीं सुनाई दे रहा है आपका.
रोहित, तुमने अच्छी बहुत सारी फिल्म बनाई, but you have made remakes also, like Singham was a Tamil original, you have made it in Hindi, and you had rights for remake of Chood Kavum, which was also a Tamil film, which you have...
It's your favorite film. This is the third time you're asking me.
You remember?
I remember. How will I forget you?
So when you make a film in original Hindi, or when you make a film which is going to be a remake, what difference do you basically find in it as
A lot. You know, like if you see it, if you see Simba and if you see Temper, there's a lot of difference in that. If you see Singham, now to sab hai Amazon pe, Netflix pe. Singham, I change a lot, keeping our audience in mind, you know. And as a director, what kind of changes I want. So I definitely change. 80% of the film I change, in fact.
And now that you are a brand by yourself, when a film of yours is slotted for release, what is the feeling? You have palpitation, you're nervous, or you're confident?
Confidence will be a failure for me. Never confident. Like I'm always like a bit nervous. On Friday, Thursday thing I'm quite confident. Friday morning is like the first show chutta nahi, I'm a bit nervous. Yeah.
For the audience, I didn't mention my name. I am Jyoti Venkatesh, a journalist.
Abhi now is doing, this old man is doing show off now. Jyoti Venkatesh is a journalist, he's a senior journalist. He's there for 30 years and I think he's there going to be 40 years, 50 years?
47.
47 years. आजादी के बाद यही हुआ है हमारे साथ.
आखिर में सवाल,
बाकी लोगों में दो ना ज्योति जी, हम लोग तो मिलते रहते हैं.
Farah ke sath you are going to produce a film. Farah is going to direct. What is the title of the film and what kind of genre will it belong to?
Wait and watch.
Jyoti, next master class will do with you, then you can ask some more questions.
नमस्ते रोहित सर, मैं उत्तर प्रदेश का रहने वाला हूँ, डॉक्टर पुष्कर दुबे. एंड सर मैं ये कहना चाहूँ जो आपने एक लाइन बोली कि कुछ लोग काम करेंगे कुछ लोग दुआ करेंगे, इसके लिए सर आपको दिल से तालीम दे रही है.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
मैं आपका बताया कि डायरेक्शन की वजह से आपका फैन था.
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही, सॉरी.
सर अब तक मैं आपके डायरेक्शन की वजह से आपका फैन था, लेकिन सर आज आपके व्यक्तित्व के आधार पर भी मैं आपका फैन हो गया.
अरे थैंक यू सो मच.
दिल को बता दिल से आपने मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे ये लाइन.
थैंक यू.
आधे लोग काम करें आधे लोग दुआ देंगे, ये पंच लाइन है सर आज की.
डाल दे तो कोई फिल्म में. और ये बाहर में कोई और डाल देगा. मेरी लाइन है, इसको कॉपीराइट करना. ये रिकॉर्डिंग याद रखना सब लोग. कोई और फिल्म में देखें.
और मैं एक बात और कहना चाहूँगा कि सर एक ज़माना था जब मैं बहुत छोटा था, तब मैं पिक्चर देख रहा हूँ 1.5 साल की उम्र से. नमक खराब दिल पहली मूवी है बनारस के टेक्सास सिनेमा में, उसमें 1.5 साल का था.
सर सवाल ही पूछ लीजिएगा.
सवाल ही पूछना. तो सर ये मतलब उस समय जमाना हीरो का था, मतलब लोग हीरो को देखने जाते थे. लेकिन आज का जमाना सर ये है कि आज लोग डायरेक्टर की मूवी देखने जाते हैं. हीरो कौन उससे नहीं मतलब, डायरेक्टर अच्छा है तो लोग मूवी देखने जाते हैं. जैसे आप उसमें से मौजूद भंडारकर सर हैं, बाकी लोग. और सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि सर हम लोग का जो यूपी बिहार है सर, उसका जनसंख्या बहुत ज़्यादा, पेट भी बहुत बड़ा है. और सर आप जो है सर साल में 1 ही 2 पिक्चर बनाते हैं या 1 ही बनाते हैं.
तो सर मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि सर आप 2-3 मूवी बनाइए और 2-3 ब्लॉकबस्टर साल में है तो ज्यादा अच्छी बात
अरे बाप रे,
है। आपसे
वैसे ही सब परेशान है कि मैं हर साल में फिल्म बना रहा हूँ। आप चाहते 2-3 बना दूँ, कोशिश करूंगा।
मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है आपसे।
ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच।
सब आप 4 महीने ले रहे हैं, अब आप 1 महीने बोलेंगे।
अरे पागल हो जाएंगे सब।
One question, I am Dr. Jagdish Singh from Mount Abu, Rajasthan. आपने कभी स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन्स की लाइफ के ऊपर कोई फिल्म बनाया?
स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन?
हाँ जी।
स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन?
हाँ जी।
नहीं, मैंने अभी तक ऐसा नहीं किया।
जैसे सर हमारे रेसलर्स हैं, बॉडी बिल्डर्स हैं जिनको कोई जानते नहीं है, कोई वर्ल्ड चैंपियन हैं, प्रेमचंद टेगरा जी, तो अगर आप उनकी लाइफ के ऊपर फिल्म बनाएंगे तो इंडियन स्पोर्ट्स को प्रमोट होने का बहुत अच्छा चांस है।
कोशिश करूंगा, कोई अच्छी स्क्रिप्ट है, कोई रियल लाइफ ना, तो डेफिनेटली।
Communicate with you, I have few scripts.
Imani and George.
Raise your hand, George.
Raise your hand, Imani. Raise your hand.
You're spending the whole day today. Get ready to know.
Thank you.
Question, please.
हो गया, happy everyone.
Yeah, done.
अरे अच्छा है।
सर आपने भी अंगूर की बात की थी, तो वो आगे उसके स्क्रिप्ट को वापस से ठीक कीजिए ना, जो आपको लगता है कि कमी रह गई। मतलब एक अलग आपका जोन देखने मिलेगा, क्योंकि अंगूर बहुत बड़ी अच्छी फिल्म है और आपने छेड़ दिया उसका तार दिमाग में, तो प्लीज कैरी।
ठीक है, आपके लिए बना दूँ। अभी ज्योति जी लिख देंगे नेक्स्ट इज अंगूर, नेक्स्ट नहीं है, कभी वक्त आएगा तो जरूर बनाएंगे।
थैंक यू।
But Rohit, you mentioned about how अंगूर की जो स्क्रिप्ट था, और उसके बाद जब आपने इसको रोहित सर की वर्जन किया तो वो बढ़ता गया साइज में। But is that a pressure that you have कि यार अगर मैं फिल्म बनाना तो it will have to be a certain way, maybe something else you want to make, but now you are stuck because there's an expectation?
For me, it is like I should not cheat the audience. Like, they will come with an expectations for me, and then
Maybe you should change your name and make another movie.
I'll give it to someone.
You'll give it to someone.
I can give it to someone.
Right.
Oh, I make it someday. I don't know.
One final question to do with your next.
Hi, sir.
What's
Here.
No, I can ask this.
Oh.
Okay, 2 questions again.
Just one last.
One last question. Okay.
Okay, हमारा time.
Hi, sir. Here. I'm here.
Ask.
Oh, there is.
Over here. I've been holding this mic for quite some time. Hi, sir. I'm Imran from Hyderabad. I'm a writer from Telugu film industry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm in Hyderabad only. Like shooting.
Oh,
Okay,
you
now.
know. I've seen Simba recently, and I've liked the tempo too. But how do we do it? We write a lot of scripts, and we hardly earn 50-60 crores here, and you just, do out of magic, your massiveness, it just goes bumps and hundreds and 150 crores or more. I just completely get shocked. But yeah, finally, what I would like to ask is, what has been your influence of Telugu cinema, or maybe has it been influencing you to make?
Not only Telugu, I'll say something. Telugu and Tamil, I think we have great writers over there.
All right.
And great technicians out there,
Yeah.
And that's what I like about Telugu and Tamil cinema. More than anything else, the writing part of it. The dramatic part of it.
Oh.
The way it's written and the way they characterize it.
Have you seen Power, by the way? Power by
Written by you?
Right. No, I was a part of
Power.
Power by Ravi Teja.
No, I'm not saying it.
Maybe you should have a look. Just try.
See, I made 2 remakes and they call me that he makes only remakes.
No.
I'm consciously trying to avoid, like Suryavanshi is an original film, Golmaal is original, Chennai Express is original.
Anyways, I'll see George later.
South Korea remake bana tha. Just 2 I made.
Sir, one last question.
Yes, one last question. Yes.
Sir, I am a sound background guy, so
Sorry?
sound background guy.
Okay.
Yeah, so who is the sound designer you work with? Because especially talking about Bol Bachchan, the punches, the action scene, that is the.
Rakesh Ranjan is my.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I love that coin toss thing when you.
Okay.
Ajay
Yeah.
Devgan.
Ah, you observed that.
Yeah, that was.
Thank you so much, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, she's been raising her hand for a while.
So how did you manage to be so positive in your life? Like when you were 16, your parents died and all that, and like you were a kid.
Yeah, my father, my mom is doing this. Sorry. Who you भेज रहे हो?
Sorry, like how did you manage to keep?
I don't know. That's me. Like, it's not like I've been trained or learned anywhere. Maybe I'm like that.
No, but you were a teenager. Like when I'm a teenager, how are you doing all this?
ये तुम लोग अभी का टीनेजर का बहुत प्रॉब्लम है सोशल मीडिया ज़्यादा सोशल मीडिया में मत सब आंसर गूगल पे नहीं है गूगल पे पिंपल से चालू करेंगे ना तो पिंपल भी कैंसर बताते हैं अपना ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स के पास जाओ बैठो थोड़ा देर गूगल से अच्छा है प्रॉब्लम अभी ये हो गया कि कितना लाइक्स मिला फोटो पे, किसने अच्छा बोला, ऐसा नहीं. Live your life like a warrior. Don't think of anyone else. And for small things, go to your parents and grandparents. Pimple का इलाज दादी बता देगा, हल्दी लगा लो. Google पे जाएंगे, एंड में कैंसर निकलता. Don't do that. That's it. There's too much of pressure nowadays to prove yourself. Be yourself. Don't try to prove yourself.
One final question for film buffs in this room and those who will be watching outside this room. What can you tell us about Suryavanshi? Is Simba also in it? And
Yeah, Simba is there, Singham is there,
Right.
all three are there.
what can you tell us about the film at this point since you're shooting it? What should we look forward to?
We are working hard on it. I can't claim that it will be better than any film I've never done that in my life. I mean, I can't do that. But we have tried to make it, if you have loved Singham, if you have loved Simba, you will definitely love Suryavanshi. And we are working hard on it so that when people come with that same kind of, to experience the same kind of euphoria what they have experienced in Singham and Simba, that is there. How much they love the film or not is up to the audience, but we have given our 1000% on that film. All that I can say.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, Rohit Shetty.
So before parting your ways, I would request Mr. Ankur Lahoti, Assistant Director, Directorate of Film Festival, to please come on the stage and give a vote of thanks.
मुझे तो पैसे मिल रहे.
Thank you, Ayushi. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you had a good time. Before I speak anything, I'd like to thank Mr. Rohit Shetty and Mr. Mayank Shekhar for such a wonderful and entertaining session. Rohit sir, it is indeed a pleasure and privilege to host you at the Grand Golden Jubilee edition of the festival. As my colleague Ayushi has mentioned, that it is the concluding session of the long string of 33 masterclasses and in-conversation sessions planned during the entire course of the festival. And sir, nothing could have been a perfect end to this journey than this session. With your permission, sir, क्योंकि टीम में सर किसी ने दुआ दी है और किसी ने काम किया है, तो उनको मैं भी थैंक करना चाहता हूँ सर. So with your permission, I would like to mention that we had 10 master classes from the greats of Indian cinema covering various nuances of filmmaking, be it choreography, sound designing, VFX, and which ultimately culminated with the masterclass by the master musician Mr. Ilayaraja yesterday while performing. We also had a vast lineup of interactive sessions planned where the fans and the cinema lovers got the opportunity to interact with the idols and learn from their experiences. I am also delighted to share that almost all of our sessions were jam-packed and we have received a huge response from the audience. So a big round of applause for the audience as well. And sir, as I conclude, I would like to mention my deepest gratitude for our Honorable Secretary Shri Amit Khare, without whose support this wouldn't have been possible. Also, I would like to thank my boss and my festival director Shri Chaitanya Prasad. Without his excellent leadership and unflinching support, we would not have been able to curate these sessions. Also, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude for Rahul Ravel, a steering committee member, Vice Chairman ESG, CEO ESG, and all those who have been associated. And also my teammates Hemant, Shyam, Gulshan, IAS probationers, media personals, new media wing, all the media units, Doordarshan, for helping us in conducting this session so smoothly. And above all, I'd like to thank the audience, without whose support this wouldn't have been possible. Thank you so much. We'll see you next year with the band. Thank you.
Rohit sir, we love you!
Thank you so much. Thank you.